Hey y'all, hey, it's your girl T back with another live, y'all. Happy Tuesday to you all. We're bringing another Dollar Tree project, okay? Dollar Tree project. This should be fairly simple, nice and easy. But if you all don't know me, I'm your girl T. I'm T from T So Crafty. Please make sure you like the video, share out the video, leave me a comment because I do love interacting with each and every one of you, and I do respond to each and every one of you. For my returning members and subscribers, welcome back, fam. Y'all already know the vibe. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it, okay? So we have our Dollar Tree dish drying mat, and we're going to turn this a um into a hey, Picture Me Crafting. Hey, Darzel. Yes. Hey, Miss Valerie. How y'all doing? Um, so what I have done is, I don't know if y'all know what a jelly roll is. Hey, Miss Jennifer. Y'all welcome in. So a jelly roll is, these are like 40 to 42 inches long, right? And they come rolled up in like this little cake. So what I did was I have taken it and I have separated these. Hey, Unbiased. Welcome in, Queen. How y'all doing? And I have cut those in half, right? So now with this, if you are a planner, that's okay. Okay. I'm just going to kind of mix these up, grab them how they come, because like I said, you get two of each one. And out of one um, jelly cake thing, you're only going to use probably not even all of these, right? So you're just going to kind of want to mix them up, but you do want to pick out two that you want to be your for your binding, right? And I have those set aside. We will join those together, and then we will so what I'm doing here is just kind of mixing them up, and we will join those together, sew them together, and then we will make those our for our binding. Okay, so just kind of unloosen them, mix them up. The jelly roll, I got this from Joann's, and it was a little too high if you ask me, because I looked on Amazon and they were a lot cheaper. So, but anywho, there's that. Um, so I have already set my let's make sure it's still on the right thing. So I set my stitch length to 3.0, and I have it needs to be at a 1/4 inch. This machine doesn't go in to a 1/4 inch, but it goes at a 1/2 inch. So I'm gonna sew it at a 1/2 inch. So there is that. And oops, let me make sure that this iron is plugged up, y'all, so it can be getting hot. All right. Yikes. Okay. All right. So I plugged up our iron, and then we have this dish drying mat. Now, the part that you cut the tag off of on the back, leave that as your back. Yes, I had to message the people because it was a whole train wreck. Let's see what this bobbin looks like, y'all. Ooh, we only got a little bit of bobbin on there. So what we're gonna do is, well, because I know I don't have another one. Let me see. Do I have the one that got a little bit of bobbin? That's got a lot. This machine right here I got for free yesterday. Why do I have two sewing machines? Production sewing. Yes, this one right here. This right here I got for free yesterday. It's a Husqvarna Viking Designer 1. So I got it for free yesterday. All right, so what I'm going to do, y'all, is we're gonna get us a little bit of binding going real quick. I mean, not binding, winding the bobbin real quick. Look at me talking about getting the bobbin. But yep, so that's what that is. Now let me see if I can remember how I did it yesterday. I think it goes around here like that. And then you're going to take this bobbin and then you're going to put it up here. The H part needs to be, or the part that got the letter on it needs to be facing you. Bring it around here, wrap it around a couple of times. And then I'm just going to cut this little bit off. But I be calling myself trying to do some production sewing. I be calling myself trying to do some production sewing. All right, and then you're gonna bring this part down. It tells me that the bobbin has been engaged. So let me put this part back on. And mind y'all, I don't really know nothing about no Hirschquana, but and it pretty much does it by itself. And it's supposed to stop winding when it gets full. I just rather start with a full bobbin. That way we don't have to worry about any shenanigans. And it is almost full. How y'all doing on this good old Tuesday? Hey, Miss Anita. Yep, I got it off for on Vice. I got it off for Facebook Marketplace. It's still winding, so I guess it's got a little bit more to go because we want to make sure we have a full bobbin. Okay, so see how it stopped? All right, it stopped. So now what we're going to do is unloosen that part, and we're going to cut this part off. We're going to take this. Oops, I got some caught right here, so that means it been stopped, but it's just a little bit. So we'll fix that part, and now we're going to unwind this, and then we're just going to go right along here. Follow your path, okay? And now the light on here is the light bulb on here is out. I'm waiting on the light bulb to come. She gave me an extra one, but I blew it when I dropped it. When I dropped the light bulb, so there's that, but it'll be okay. So bear with my little eyes right here right quick. Let me find my little piece of paper up here so I can see. I know that's right. Send them angels, yes. Folks are always. It's just, I mean, you gotta look, because I really wanted a which I have that for that 425 in there that sews and embroider because even with this right here, this placemat type deal. Okay, there we go. You can now where did I put my y'all know I can't ever find two things that match. I just can't. And my tweezers be walking away like they just get legs and they just walk. Y'all, we had the same tweezer problem last night, didn't we? Didn't we, y'all? And here it is again today. Can't find the tweezers. Okay, we just gonna try these. These not the ones I'm looking for, but we gonna try these. Okay, it works. So we gonna mind our business and let that be okay. All right, so now I'm gonna put this bobbin back in here because all of these machines that I have, they all take different bobbins, and lo and behold, I don't want to be mixing up anything. Okay, all right. So now let's cut off this excess that I had wound up around the machine, and I'm just gonna sit that there. So you want to make sure you got your bobbin like a P. Place it down, hold it. It has a little metal groove. Go around through there, come down, and come through here. Oops, I don't want to shorten it that much. Okay, and then let that stay there. And boom, our bobbin is where it needs to be. And we're gonna take this and put it over there. All right, this doesn't matter like which piece you start with. Um, it doesn't matter. Just pick you a piece. Hold on, let me get y'all over here so y'all can see. So just pick you a piece. This I've lint rolled this thing like 100,000 times, but you just want to lint roll it as much as possible. Get that lint off of there, okay? And then you're gonna take your piece and you just, and everything on here is not like an approximate measurement, okay? So I'm gonna call that approximately the center, right? Then I'm going to, but I'm gonna bring this down a little bit, okay? Bring it down just a little bit. So you're gonna have a lot of overhang at the bottom and just a little overhang at the top. And then you're just going to put right sides facing together, right? Right sides facing together, match them up. Now, this type of fabric right here, this stuff kind of sticks to it. So you don't really, have to pin it or anything like that. So what we're going to do is then put it on our sewing machine. Then I'm just going to get it as close to the edge as I possibly can. And remember, you do not want to, when we go to cut this, we don't want to cut any of our raw edges off of this dish drying mat, okay? Now, I could increase the speed on this, but I'm just going to let it go as the speed that I have because I turned the speed down because that thing was zipping. When I get a little faster and better at sewing, then we'll let it zip. But for right now, we can't let it zip, okay? We just gonna go with it. And I need to move that other sewing machine out my way. But for right now, it's gonna be okay. Alright, I'm gonna let it go a few more. And then I'm gonna stop it and I'm gonna cut my thread. Alright. And I should have kept that a little more straighter, but I didn't. And that's okay. That's okay. And then you're just going to open it up. You be not speed sewing. Color code your bobbin's permanent marker for each machine and then put the same. Oh, that's a good idea. I have to organize my stuff better. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that because it's too many machines around here. Let me see. I think I need to sew this part down just a little bit more. Just a little bit more because I don't want nothing coming up. So we're gonna go all the way down just one more time. Just to be safe. And then I'm gonna back stitch a little bit. And then I'm gonna let it go. And hopefully I can catch that little edge too. Where I should have caught it at the first time. But all the way down, you want to make sure. And y'all, you can make your own jelly roll too, right? You really can. All you got to do is get you some, some fabric. Get you some pinking shears. Measure it out, right? Measure it out. And you can make your own and use the pinking shears to give it this fancy looking edging, right? All right, I'm gonna back stitch just a little bit. Stop, cut my thread. Stitch in a ditch on the front. Let's see. Oh, you mean right here? Let's see. I did it on that little thing over there, but I don't know if I can do it on this. I don't know if I can do it on this. But yeah, I see what you mean. You can stitch it in the ditch. But then, hold on. Let me see something. Let me see if that'll actually work. Because when I finish this, we're going to go around with the rotary blade. And we're going to cut everything off. And we're going to put our binding. We're actually going to bind in reverse. We're going to bind on the back of this. flip it over, do our miter edges. I don't know, stitching the ditch, we'll try it. It might work. Okay, so now we're just gonna pick another one, and we're just going to do the same thing. Line it up, okay? Line it up, and then you're going to sew. Yeah, I am gonna stitch in the ditch. I think that'll work. Yep, I think that'll work. And then you're gonna come down on this side. Now you may end up with like some. I'll show you when we get there. I will show you when we get there if we cross that line, because we may or may not cross that line. So we're gonna play it by ear, okay? So I'm stitching down. I'm gonna now back stitch, and then I'm just gonna let it go. But you want to make sure. I might have to turn this speed up, cause honey. But you want to keep everything nice and neat and even, okay? As possible. See how I'm moving the thing and not keeping it straight? Don't be like me. Try to keep your line straight, but if they ain't straight, we're just making a placemat. You're going to eat off of it. I'm going to stop this for a second because I want to make sure that I'm keeping these lines together. Okay? Come all the way down. I'm going to back stitch. I'm going to stop, cut my thread. Alright? And we're going to repeat the process. Did I catch that? And did not. I did not catch that top part right there. So, guess what we're going to do? We're going to catch it. And also, like, based on the machine that you have, so I might need to actually wind, make this stitch go just a little bit longer. I'm going to put a few back stitches in here, just because I want to make sure that we are catching it. So let's check, and that looks like we have where we were. Okay. Nope, we still didn't catch that. Why are we not catching it? That's what we're going to stitch in the ditch right there. That's what we're going to do. But we got to catch it first to be able to stitch it in the ditch. So I'm going to make this stitch length go up just a little bit more. I don't think that's quite wide enough. And this time I'm going to try and keep it, this time I'm going to try and keep it straight. Okay? And I'm just holding it. The machine is doing the work. I do like that about this machine. It does the work. I'm just kind of guiding it a little bit. I intend to learn how to master sewing, y'all. That's the goal. That is the goal. Okay? The goal is to master sewing. Will I learn it overnight? No. Alright. But we're going to try it on the front so I know what goes to what machine. Yes. Okay, so stitch it. I'm going to stitch it in the ditch now. Let's fold this over. Okay. We didn't catch the bottom down here. Good grief. Good grief, y'all. And I'm about to move that other sewing machine out of my way because it's affecting me a little bit. Okay, so let's go back about right here. because you should really only have like one stitch, y'all, doing this all the way down. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna stitch this in the ditch. So this one's still gonna be a little bit short. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. Trial and error, trial and error. And I'm gonna just move it over like so. We'll start with the front one. With the first one. And remember, you want to keep those edges up. You do not want those to get sewn down. Let's see where my needle dropped at. And even stitching in the ditch, I back stitch a little bit. Now they say when you can stitch in a ditch, you can sew, but baby, I think that is just by chance that I was able to kind of grasp the concept on that. And I'm not like directly in the ditch, but we close enough. Okay, and y'all, everybody sews differently. But I told y'all, if y'all really want to learn how to sew, thank you, on Bice. I told y'all, if y'all really want to learn how to sew, go on over there and watch on Bice, cause honey, she making clothes and stuff. I ain't there yet. I'm still a toddler, okay? I'm still a toddler. So find the top, even though it should be sewn down, but y'all know me. I'm gonna back stitch a little bit, and here we go. We're gonna try and stitch this in the ditch. Now remember, at the bottom, we're gonna have to do a little work. We're gonna have to help our fabric so that we can make sure we are that we're gonna catch that little piece that I missed, right? So I'm almost there. I'm going to stop the machine when I get a little bit closer there so that I can pull it over. So let me stop it. And I'm going to pull it over and kind of tuck it down like so with my nail. Just so it falls in line like so, okay? All right. Oops. We got off track there, but that's going to be okay. All right. So, got a little stitching in the ditch. Now we're going to go repeat this process, okay? So you just find your next piece, and like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. Just find your piece. Oh, you can't see nothing? I'm sorry. How about that? Is that better? You going to the office? Okay. And I am using black on black thread because your mistakes will be less visible. Okay. How about that? All right. I hope that works for me there. And again, just trying to line it up. But you do want your line, your stitching might not have to be all that perfect, but you do want to line this up perfectly. Okay? You're welcome. I'm sorry. Y'all know my camera skills are still amateur too. Y'all know that. Back stitch. Okay? And just keep everything together and lined up. Now it looks like by stitching this in the ditch, this might actually work out on that part that I thought was going to be, I'm just trying to pull this over a little bit, y'all. Remember, this one was shorter. Okay. It might help me on that edge where I think I might, I don't know, I still might run into it, but if we do, we'll see when we get there. When you get to the end, don't forget the back stitch. Stop, cut it off. Okay. And like I said, I knew that wasn't going to catch because this one was a little bit shorter. So what I'm going to do to fix that is we're just going to add another little strip right here so that we will be able to come back and stitch in the ditch. Okay. This is basically like one of those scrappy type projects. That's all this is, a scrappy type project using a jelly roll, right? Okay. And again, I'm just trying this out. And hopefully it's gonna work like I think. Hopefully, that's the name of it. Back stitch. Okay. And then you're just gonna let it go from here. Now this will give us like two on the wrong side, I guess, or the right side. Because there was gonna be no way to catch that. The gap was too big. Okay. And you just want to make sure you got everything even in the center. Okay. You're going to back stitch. Stop. Cut a thread off. I cannot believe my puppy kids are cooperating today. They're actually out of the cage and they're being quiet. Okay. And I'm just going to fold this like so. Okay. And I'm going to fold down. If I'd have thought about it, that's what I should have did to the other one. That was a little short. Okay. And now, and when you fold this seam, if you have to fold a seam, just make sure that it's covering what you're trying to stitch, right? And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my iron. I'm going to stay directly on the fabric, y'all, because, oops, that ain't hot. That ain't hot. I ain't turned the iron on. I plugged it up, but I ain't turned it on. Thank you, Donzel. Oh, okay. Well, y'all don't backstitch. Don't backstitch. Because, yes, that is true. The binding will be on the back. Waiting on our iron to heat up just a little. But when you, this part right here, when you do any ironing on this, y'all, this is it's a Dollar Tree dish mat. And ask me how I know what it'll do to your iron. Okay? Just don't even do it. Stay on your fabric. Okay? And all the little pieces that we have left over, make sure you keep those pieces, okay? Because you can find something to do with them. Like even when I made the blanket, I kept the scraps that I cut off the blanket. You know why? Because we're going to find something to do with those. Fabric is like, to me, even when it's a sale, it ain't a sale. That stuff still be high. All right. So see how I'm just staying on my fabric? That's what you want to do. Stay on your fabric. Because otherwise, you'll be like me, buying you another iron. Okay? I ain't trying to do that today. All right, so here we go. Now we're just going to stitch that part down. And I have since learned I don't have to backstitch. And I love that. I love that. Saves you a little bit of time. I was giving y'all kudos and here y'all over here acting up. Y'all probably finna hear the fur babies cutting up. As soon as I gave them kudos, look what they started doing. Now they want to wrestle. They ain't been wrestling all day. And kind of go a little past your fabric. So let it go off a little bit. And hopefully too that will ensure that we got everything. Alright. So we actually have 2 pieces there. So we're just going to flip this one over. And we're going to resume back our normal pick back up where we were, right? So just stitch these down. Line them up. Oops, bring it down. And as hard as I'm trying to keep it even, I may even need to consider putting a clip right there, okay? Now, when you do a quilt, you put the binding, I think, on the front. But this, the reason we're going to put the binding on the front, on the back, is because we're going to flip it over the front side to kind of give it a little decoration, if you will. A little decoration, if you will, for lack of better words. And I just want to try to see if it's going to work. Outside of that, alright, so I let it go off past my fabric just a little bit. Alright. And I think having that clip helped that a whole lot. It did. Okay. So here it's going to be kind of doubled, and I'm okay with that as well. Okay. All right. So moving along. Oh, and the name of this jelly roll. Oh, it don't got a name on it. It's just called fabric roll. Let's see if it give you a name on the back. Nope, just called black fabric roll. Hey, Stephanie. You have a lot of scrappy fabrics. Trying to pretend I know what I'm doing. I'm trying to make a placemat out of this jelly roll fabric and a Dollar Tree dish drying mat. That's the goal. That's the goal, Stephanie. But you know, hopefully we'll have something that's going to look really, really pretty. It looks like the Happy brand. That one. Yeah, I don't know what this thing. It didn't really give me a name, but yeah, it definitely came from Joann's. It showed it. That part is correct. 1000%. That's where it came from, Joann's. But I just thought it was kind of high. I paid like I think it was $17.99 a piece for these things. And you only get 20 strips, but when I looked on Amazon, you can get 40 strips, and they're going to be 2 inches longer, right? And they're like $22.99, and you save 10%. So I don't know. I think I'm just going to go with getting them off of Amazon. All right, let it go off, stop it, cut it, okay? And then we're just gonna roll our little pieces on over. All right, now we're coming to our ends, right? Coming to our end. And y'all, all of these right here technically should have been out a little further, but they ain't, but that's okay. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our next one, right? And because you want it to come over this sealed edge over here, right? So just flip it back. Ooh, I missed the part. Hold tight. Hold tight, y'all. I missed the part. I'm gonna bring this in just a little bit. Your fabric store is like $50, man. Woo! I thought they was just making this stuff out some cotton. Okay. Still missed a little piece. Good gracious. And we still got the whole other side to go. Okay, I think we caught it that time. A little bit, but that's gonna be okay for right now for what we're trying to do. Okay, so let's just we're gonna bring this one out. I mean, in, let me see. Hold on, let's see where we at. Gotta make sure it's gonna come up because you want this one to be over when it flips. Okay. So right where I have this one at, this one right here, you bring it in, that last one, to make it come beyond this sealed edge is what I'm going to call it. And what do we do with the clip? I don't know. We're just going to grab another one. I'm going to get enough for trying stuff, y'all. But how you don't know that it works unless you try it, right? You don't know that it works unless you try it. So I had a bright idea, and we're trying it. Now, will it be real bright at the end? I don't know. That part I don't know. And then we're gonna stitch. Wait a minute, y'all. Oh, okay, it will. Did y'all see the video? You will have to go look. Did y'all see the video where I tried making a, well, I didn't try, I actually made it. We made two bags, little mini trick-or-treat bags last night. And we're gonna let this go past. Okay, we're gonna stop it. Now we're gonna cut it off. Okay, so now this all should go, and it still didn't go past, y'all. I gotta put another one on there. I don't like that. Hold on, I sewed that too far in, y'all. Hold on. We gotta find our whatchamacallit. We sewed that one too far in. Hang tight, stand by. So all we're gonna do is just gonna find a loose thread like right here, and then you're just gonna pull it up. Sheesh, I ain't meant to sew it down on that part. A seam ripper will be your best friend. But the only thing about a seam ripper is you got to know how to use it, right? You got to know how to use it. Because if you don't, you can rip more than them stitches. Let's see. So we're going to have to bring this one in and fold it back on itself just a little bit. I think will give me what I'm trying to do because it needs to come past. And it doesn't have to be a whole lot past, but it just needs to pass it, right? So yes, the seam ripper, it'll work, but you got to know how to work it and not seam rip your fabric. You only want to rip just the stitches. Ask me how I know you'll rip your fabric. Yep. It happened to me, fam. It did. Okay. So now we're going to check it, making sure everything is loose. Because these need to be loose. Right? There we go. Alright. And that very thing that I just said not to do, I kind of did it. Just a little bit. Because sometimes when you're ripping these stitches out, sometimes you just can't help but catch the fabric. Okay. Now I think we're back on our regular scheduled program. Okay. So we got everything loose. The cat bags, yes. The cat bags. All right, let's put that back. Okay. So let's try this again, y'all. Because I know if I put it right here, I got to test this placement. Gotta test my placement. Because we want this to, so that ain't going to do it either. We want, let me see if I sew it here. Because none of these were long enough. So, I think I might have to actually sew a few more, y'all. I might have to sew a few more. Read your comment up about the jelly rolls. Let's see. Jelly rolls at Dollar Tree for $5. I did see jelly rolls in a Dollar Tree across town, but they only have like 10 strips. I think 10 strips on them for the $5, and I don't remember the length either. Okay, y'all, I'm trying to check some placement here. Let's see. So one of these, I'm still gonna have to bring out a little further. Okay, so I think we might be all right if I can make this work. Okay, if I can make this work, I'm just gonna bring this out just a little bit. So it's not going to be like right on top of it. Nope, we can't even see that one. Let's see where this one brings this one at. Nope, that one didn't bring it out enough. Y'all. Let's see, will this work for us? I might sew this one about right here. But then when you flip it, no, that ain't going to work. I'm going to have to sew a few more. That's what that's going to be. We just going to have to sew a few more till we get them over that edge, y'all. Because we got to have it going over the edge. And hopefully I don't make the same mistake on the other side. I think once you jack up one side, you get it. You generally get it on the next side. Yours got 42, girl, not ours. Because I did look at them yesterday and I was like, oops, I was like, I'm not paying no 42, no $5 for that. I'm gonna go back up because I'm like right in the ditch right there. Yeah, they highway robbing us because I was like, I'm not paying no $5 for that. And yours got 42. I'm gonna try another Dollar Tree. But that one that I saw them in yesterday, and I know my Dollar Tree by me don't have them because anything that is nice and like worth having, my Dollar Tree ain't got it. And I don't understand. I don't stay in the hood. I don't stay in the ghetto. I don't know. But we don't, our Dollar Tree does not seem to get anything nice. I gotta be traveling the Alpharetta and Cumming and Noonan, and that's far from my house. Who wanna be doing that? Who wants to be doing that? Not me. But I be having to. Okay, y'all. So yeah, we only need one more, and then I'm gonna have to go in. This side is really not supposed to look like this. It's not, but hey, we're gonna roll with it. It's not supposed to look like this, but we're gonna roll with it, okay? Now let's see if I bring this one and stitch it there. Where does that bring us? It don't bring us where we need to be. It don't bring us where we need to be. So let's see. I'm gonna kind of roll it back. If I roll it back on itself, or fold it back this way a little bit. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to see some stuff. I'm guesstimating some stuff on. Let me see. Nope, that still ain't gonna put us where we need. Good grief. Okay, well we just gonna keep sewing them on. I think I can bring this one out just a little bit, y'all. Because it's gonna have to come out a little bit for it to read. No, it don't want to. So we just gonna keep sewing them till we get all the way to the end. Really and truly, y'all, this does not. In my head, it wasn't gonna be hard. In my head, it was not gonna be hard in my head. But when you don't really know what you're doing, you stay in the Dollar Tree. I'm trying to make this go all the way. I need the last piece of this fabric to go off the end, right? It's got to go over the end because I don't want to cut off this surged edge. Y'all, that's the word I was looking for. I couldn't think of it. I don't want to have to cut the surged edge off at all. But I'm struggling on this little idea here. Because this not nothing I tested. Unfold the last one. Yeah. So it gives me about that much. Oh, okay. So I just need one more. I just had to be. Yeah, I didn't want to cut that finished edge off. So I just need one more now. I needed to be a little bit more patient. That's what it was. But I still should have had I still should have had the child stop. Now cut off. When I get to the other end, because I know what I'm trying to do now. So when I get to the other end, I'll show y'all how it really should look. Because you could bet your bottom dollar this side right here, I'm going to probably ain't no probably in it. I am going to tear it out, but we're gonna keep going because I want y'all to see what it should look like on right side. Okay? Or on the other side, rather. Oh, Lord, I done stitch one of these up on the back. That's gonna be okay. We'll seam rip that part out. It's gonna be okay. We're just gonna keep going. And that's the other thing, y'all. You do gotta keep your pieces where it don't catch on the back, like I just did. But thank goodness for a good old seam ripper. I'm gonna make a song about a seam ripper. Just kidding. Just kidding. I can't sing. Huh? What you want me to stop on? Hold on. What you want me to stop on? Hey, precious pieces. What you want me to stop on? Let's see. Oops, I missed the. Dang, I'm still short. I need one more. Because none of them are getting me where I need to be. Hold on, y'all. Wait a minute. This one I done. Let me unrip this one off the back. I gotta do that one. What you trying to tell me on, bias? You probably typing, so I'm gonna wait a minute. But let me get this off of here. Wait a minute here. Girl, how you doing? Y'all see what I mean? Hold on, y'all. I know what we about to do, because what we ain't about to do, this one right here, I ain't about to play with it. Yeah, I just realized that I saw them on top of each other. That's not what I was supposed to be doing. Oops. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna deal with this one in a little bit. We gonna grab this one over here, y'all. We're gonna grab this one over here, and we're not gonna sew those. Because you can still use them strips. We ain't throwing them away. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. We got each one of our whatchamacallits. Because if y'all wait on me to seam rip that apart, child, we'll be here all day, and that ain't the goal. So when you have these and they 42 inches long, you just cut them in half on the seam, right? I gotta pay attention to what I'm doing, running my mouth, and think I know what I ain't a real sewer to begin with. Okay, I think that's gonna be enough right here, but we'll just cut them on up anyway because these jelly rolls. Okay, where is it? Right here. Guess who's gonna be going back to lunch late? Me. It's okay though. It's okay. Okay. So y'all, can y'all see this? Okay, this is where we at right here. No, she trying to help me. Yeah, she's trying to help me. Okay, here we go. So let me pay attention to what I'm doing, y'all. For real now. You go to the closest, to the edge, and you're gonna sew this all the way down. Put your first up my thread pop. Hold on. Let's fix my thread. My thread pops. All right, so you come down through here, go up through there, come up. One thing I love about a good sewing machine is, honey, when you learn how to thread that thing, you learn how to thread it, and it don't take you long. Okay, so there we go. And now we're just gonna wear a little brown piece of paper at here. Let's raise our needle up. And I'm going to take my foot off briefly for a second here so I can put this in. And the other thing you got to keep up with when you got several machines, child, keep up with your sewing feet, cause honey, y'all don't even want to know how I know about that. I was like, why is this thing knocking and clacking and carrying on? He done went trying to clean up. He done went trying to clean up, child, and messing with stuff and put the wrong foot with the wrong thing. Okay, so we threaded and all of the good stuff. Look at me. Forgot already. Look at me, y'all. Somebody get me. I ain't paying attention here. They already know I be late back from lunch anyway, so they gonna be okay. I ain't got nothing going on, no way. The claims are caught up for where I need to be. So let me just carry on. Okay, here we go. So I got the 2 pieces on top, right? And don't forget to do that part. But your stitch length does need to be between 3 and 3.5, right? And then you do need to make sure you have a 1/4 inch seam allowance, right? And that other one, baby, it's gonna take me to next year to get it together. And I'm gonna let it run off a little bit. We're gonna stop it and we're gonna cut it. Okay. Now that we on track. Okay, now look at it. Now you just gonna fold this one out, right? Like so. And then you're just gonna grab another piece. Try to mix it up. Just try to mix it up a little bit. And then we're gonna repeat that process. Don't let your pieces get caught on the back like I did on the other one, okay? But if you are not a true sewer, Dollar Tree material is where you wanna practice at, right? You don't want to be practicing on no good fabric that costs you good pennies, okay? You in love with your sewing machine, someone gave it to you and was afraid to use it, but now that you do, it's wonderful. I like this sewing machine. I ain't gonna lie. It sews way better than any of the other ones that I've bought, with my own money. So her squanter might be for the win, okay? Now I gotta check the embroidery part out on this. Because remember, the embroidery on this goes by floppy drive, right? Floppy disk, floppy drive, whatever you call them things, that, okay? It go by that. And this right here, we're gonna stitch this little piece right here in the ditch, but I'll come back and catch it. So now we're just gonna fold this part over, right? Pull it out, fold it down, and we're gonna repeat the process. And you're gonna save those edges that you have, okay? Keep these lined up. Start from the very top and work your way down. But yes, this sewing machine right here, keep your fingers out the way. Don't be like me. And keep these nice and tight, lined up. So this is what it should be looking like, y'all. I done sewed the thing on top of each other. I was like, why is it not growing as it should be? But this is how it grows, okay? Okay, and we're gonna cut this off. So y'all see where we going? Y'all see where we going with this? Now y'all see what it's supposed to look like. See, Unbites came in clutch. Okay, see, God sent her here because He knew. He knew I was gonna need some help. He knew that. He knew that already. He knew that. Okay, and you're gonna repeat the process. Line it up. Okay, hold it together. Don't catch any edges that should not be caught. Y'all, I'm on here with pure shenanigans. But thank y'all for hanging out with your girl. Thank y'all. Because it takes a lot. It takes a lot. Alright, we're going to stop it. I always let mine go a little bit past. That ensures that I know that I got what I needed. But right here, I just want to make sure that I catch that part. Okay. Alright. Cut it off. Boom. Alright. And you're going to flip it over. Kind of. Okay. And I got one that I did so on top of the other one. But it's going to be okay on that little part. Now, our last one, or hopefully going to be our last one, right here. Okay. Line it up. Okay. And you just want to sew on the edge, not sewing them, on directly on top of each other. Just line them up, but you only sew that edge. Don't be like me where I was sewing them on top of each other. Don't be like that, okay? Okay. And let's see. Okay, so now this is how it should look, y'all. We got our piece that came over the edge. This is all I was trying to do the first time. Now this one I kind of sewed it on top of the other one, but that's going to be okay too. So that's how it's supposed to be, right? Boom, boom. Now we're going to come over here and we're going to work our way back this way. Okay? Boy, Unbiased to the rescue, okay? She saved the day. All right. And all I'm doing is just flipping it over on this side. And we're still going to line it up. Nothing changes. I just flipped it. And I'm getting ready to sew on this side. Okay? I can already see where it came off track. So versus now, because it's important to catch everything, but it's also equally important not to sew them on top of each other. Making sure that you're leaving enough space, right? Making sure that you're leaving enough space on the edge for you to sew down, right? Oops, she popped the thread again. Now this is some kind of thread that I got off of Amazon, but this machine, I don't know, it does like this thread. I ain't never had it pop this many times. But I only had the machine since yesterday too, so we only had the machine since yesterday. And y'all see how they got faster with threading the needle, y'all? Y'all see that? Alright. And we're gonna stop it and let it go. Yes, thank you, Queen. Cause honey, we'd still been here, okay? We'd still been here. Alright. So we're gonna keep it going. It's looking good. We're just gonna keep it going, right? Keep it going. Alright. And again, you want all of these edges. These long edges are technically the bottom. Okay? Technically the bottom. Because remember, I flipped the mat. So you want to keep it lined up. And flipped the right side. Okay? And you want to give yourself that room, right, to have to sew down. Move it over to your machine. And carry on. Keeping everything out your way. I'm stopping it for a second because I want to make sure I don't have nothing up under the bottom. None of that good stuff, okay? Now we're just gonna keep trucking. And anywhere on your front side, wait a minute. Anywhere on your front side, once you finish it off, you can go back and you can, if you know how to stitch in a ditch. It's not like a requirement, but you can go back like Bobby suggested, and you can stitch in a ditch. Okay. I'll probably end up doing that off of camera, stitching in the ditch. And all I'm doing is checking to make sure that I caught every single thing. So to me, that looks like that's going to be a little close in. So I'm going to try and bring it out just a little bit. And then just line it up, okay? Line it up. And these probably don't take this long, but I got my sewing machine turned down and I don't know what I'm doing. So there's that. And that sort of kind of made it on top of that one. And I don't know how, but it did. So what we're going to do here, and generally when they make it on top of one another, they're not all the way sewed down. So that helps you out. Just pull it out if you can. And I'm just going to cut that and just move it over to the next one. That's all you gotta do. So see how that came out just like that? And like I have this one. Ooh, I need to sew that one down a little bit more. Right? So that one on top of that one. So we actually got two on top of each other. So just kind of be careful. Even though like you thinking you lining them up right on top. But good thing I caught it before we got too far gone, right? And I'm just going to cut. There we go. Okay. So there we go. Keep it going. This one right here is actually there we go. And you just pull it up. Like so. Okay. I need the seam rip right. No, I don't. There we go. So when you sew them on top of each other a little bit, it's got a little bit of benefit because it's not really sewed all the way down, but you don't want to have to do this. So just kind of watch your placement, right? Boom. All right, so we got that one, and we're just gonna carry back on. So everything is like it should be. This is our next one. And how they get sewed on top of each other too is you gotta remember to flip them. You gotta remember to flip them over to the right sides. I think that's how mine did not get where it needed to be. Okay. Hey, Blue. Hey, honey. I will, Donzel. Thank you, Unbiased. Okay. So there we go. There we go. There we go. And remember, don't make sure everything is lined up. Nothing is under that back side. Okay. I'm gonna let the needle down, and I'm gonna start at the top. See if y'all can see the machine. There we go. Oh, y'all can't see the machine. There we go. Now y'all can see the machine. Now y'all can see the machine. I think the sewing machine be making that camera move a little bit too. So I'm thinking about getting a one of those big overhead things where you just mount the camera to it that way. Because when you doing, especially something like sewing or any tutorial for that matter, the camera needs to be where. Okay, so y'all see how we doing. Now I did miss this part, but I'm gonna stitch it in a ditch, so we ain't gonna worry about it. Well, actually, let me go ahead and catch that part now, so it'll be where it needs to be before I do the next one. And again, all I'm doing is I'm just stitching right in the ditch, starting at the beginning, okay? And I'm holding that fabric over, and I'm just gonna let it go. Okay, it's gonna nice and tight. Let it go. If you see where it's moving on you, okay. Now hopefully this don't cause me too much grief. because all of them need to be caught, right? All right, stop, cut it off. Then we're gonna move on to our next one, just like so, okay? So not too bad, not too bad. And I guess once you get the hang of it, and remember to flip your pieces over, it gets, because it's getting a lot easier now. So now I think what I can do is I can adjust my speed just a little bit, okay? Just a little bit. We ain't gonna adjust it a whole lot, but just a little bit. Just a little TT, okay? I don't want to use that one. Give me this one. All right, and then I got that one little part right there up. I'll catch that at the end. All right, so here we go. Nope. Stay over there. Keep them lined up. Keep them lined up, right? All right, y'all. I think we might have cranked it up a little too much. Let's go down 1 or 2. Okay? Because, baby, she was gone. I was trying to be speed sewing just now. No, that ain't what we want. Okay? Trying to make a placemat blue out of jelly rolls. Alright. So we're gonna keep it moving. And we do know that I got 2 that I'm gonna come back and sew down on, and I'm okay with that. Before we cut all of our fabrics off, to do our binding. Before I do that, I'm going to check everything, make sure everything is caught, sewed down, all of the things, because that's going to be important. Okay. All right. So y'all, just one more and we will be over the edge. So you also got to pay attention on this, okay? You got to pay attention. If you don't pay attention, see, like just now I wasn't about to be paying attention. Did y'all catch that? You got to remember to flip these over. Right sides together. And like this one, because it's that raw edge on the end, I'm going to make sure that I bring this one out a little more than normal, right? Because I want it to cover that raw edge. I'm just going to feel for where the edge is. I'm going to lay it down. And let me get my life together though. Okay? And we're going to let it go. Nope, we're going to, oh, got my finger that time. We're going to stop it and slide it over a little bit because we want to make sure that we're on the edge, but we don't want to be off the edge. Does that make sense? We want to be on the edge, but not going off of the edge. and boom. All right, and we're gonna let that go just like that. And now we have our piece. Oops, we totally missed that, even though it's on the edge. Hold tight. Let's go in just a little bit more on this one. Go in a little bit more. Alright. Now that's going to put us where we need to be, but I will have to unseal. No, not really. That edge. Nope, not really. Okay. So there we go. We're hanging over like we want to be. Now all we're going to do is now I'm going to kind of maneuver the fabric and just sew everything down except those long edges. You do not want these long edges sewn down because they will show on the back of your mat, and you don't want any of that on the back of your mat. So what you're looking for here, line your two pieces up. Okay, line your two pieces up, and I'm going to, let's see where we are. I think that's gonna get us pretty close where we want to be in the ditch. Now I'm gonna pause this because I need to make sure I'm catching my fabric, right? Making sure that I'm catching my fabric. And you may have to stop and start. Okay? If you have to stop and start your machine, that's going to be okay. The ultimate goal is just to make sure that you are getting the fabric caught up where it needs to be caught up at, right? That's the whole goal. Okay, I'm going to stop it. Do some tucking. And I'm going to bring that down just a little bit more, especially because I'm where I'm trying to tuck fabric. Okay. And if your seams are not, exactly a quarter of an inch, that's going to be okay. It's just a placemat. You're going to eat off of it, and nothing more than that, right? And we're going to go off. Stop. Okay. So we have that one down. We're going to bring this one over. And not all of them we have to do, but we're just going to do the ones that we have to do. Again, making sure all my pieces, I ain't got no extra pieces caught up. None of that. Line it up at the top. Okay. And I think about right there, get us where we need to be. And then we're just going to go stitch our fabric. Okay. Stitch. And we are almost, all right, we're going to stop that one. We're done there. I'm only sewing where we need to catch. All right. Bring this one over. And remember, those pieces like to hide under the back because this is, I don't know that this right here is true microfiber, but it's a different type of something that kind of feels like microfiber, right? Woo. And keep your finger from the needle hitting it. All right. Got that piece. And I think we only have this little piece right here. And we'll move this little piece over a little bit. Right here. And that's it. So we only got a few more pieces to sew down. And then we're going to finish this thing up and get on through. Alright, so here we go right here. Drop it down. Boom. Cut your fabric off. Alright. Move this little piece over right here. Same thing, making sure that these swatches or strips or whatever you want to call them are just where they need to be. Okay. Alright. So once you get, as y'all can see, once you get the hang of it, it doesn't take long. Once you get the hang of it, it's just getting, I guess for me, it was just getting the hang and paying attention, because I wasn't paying attention, too busy running my mouth. Too busy running my mouth. Oh, y'all, I forgot to tell y'all last night. So yesterday I was coming back from picking up this machine and going to the Dollar Tree, and where else did I go yesterday? I think that was it. So I'm coming through, if y'all are familiar with any parts of Atlanta. So I'm coming through. No, I wasn't. I was coming back from waiting for Miss Valerie. That's what that was. So I'm coming back, and I see the cops like on every block of the highway that had an opening. Literally, it was 2 cops sitting there. So I'm like, okay, can't be out here speeding today. Not that I speed anyway, but sometimes unconsciously, riding in these foreign cars, and especially because they're not cars that we're keeping. They're just cars that we buy, to sell for the dealership. So I saw the cop, and I saw him when he came from over the top of the hill. So I'm like, okay, it's one that left from where he was sitting. I was A-okay with that, because I'm not out here doing nothing wrong. None of that good stuff. So lo and behold, he follows me. It's Gwinnett County where they're sitting at. It's not even Barrow County's line. So I'm like, well, whatever floats they boat. But anyway, so he pulls out. Come on, I see him in the rearview mirror. He bobbing and weaving out of traffic. So I'm like, that can't be good. So as he's bobbing and weaving out of traffic, he staggers himself. Thank you. He staggered himself off to the side of me. So I'm in the right lane. He in this lane. I see him on the radio. So then another cop car comes. So they get on that second side of me, right? So I'm boxed in. I ain't got nowhere to go. If I was trying to get over, I ain't had nowhere to go. So I'm boxed in. So I was like, okay, whatever. They finna try something, whatever. So lo and behold, he followed me right as I got into Barrow County. He throws the light on me. Mind you, now he had to follow me for at least a good 3 miles before he ever even threw the light on me. Now, clearly, the back of our dealership tag says, it lets you know that it's a dealership. and it lets you know that it doesn't expire until July of 2025. Y'all, this man had the audacity to tell me he pulled me because my tag has been expired for over a year and a half. I said, sir, are you really going to tell me that's the reason you pulled me? I said, I watched you profile me from way back when. I said, as soon as this Mercedes passed you, you saw a car with rims on it. You saw dark tint on the car. And I said, you say you couldn't see me. I said, but I know for a fact you can see through this tint in the car. I said, because when we get cars with tint, the first thing I always do is I hold my driver's license up to it. And if I can see out of that window, then I know I'm legal. That you can drive the car with the tint on it. So anyway, he was like, yeah, that's what I pull you. I was like, but sir, it's got the right tag, the right sticker on it, the right year, matching the right tag. So how you gonna fix your mouth to tell me that lie? So he was like, well, I couldn't see who was driving the car. So how you gonna say I profiled you? I said, you profiled me by the car, not necessarily that you profiled me in itself, because I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. You got glasses on, so maybe you can't see. So anywho, he was like, well, I'm not gonna stand on the side of the road with you and argue. I said, I ain't asking you to argue because I'm not arguing with you, but I'm arguing the point that I know that's not the reason you pulled me. That's the point I'm arguing. And that this tag is not expired, not no year and a half. It ain't expired, period. Let's start there. So anywho, I give him my driver's license, I give him the registration. He was like, well, how do I know you own it? Can't you read? I said, now at this point, I'm pissed. I told him, I said, at this point I'm pissed off. Because you reading it, so you see that my name is on there, right? You can see that. So anywho, we went through the motions. He comes back. I'm sorry, I don't know why it came back like that. I wish I could show you my computer, but I can't. I said, man, go find somebody else to harass. You thought you had a drug deal here? Baby, this is a legit business. Keep it moving and tell your boys to go on about their business too. But it's a shame you can't even drive a nice car without them assuming you are doing something you ain't got no business doing. Tell them we out here legally working for our money. Ain't no drug sales going on over here. I ain't got no lead foot. I wasn't even speeding. He said he pulled me for the tag that wasn't even expired. But that was a lie. There wasn't nothing wrong with the tag. He literally had, and the reason I know it's the car, because we had a red Mercedes. We had a red Mercedes, candy apple red. Do you hear me? I'm coming down the interstate. I saw the highway patrolman. He did the same thing. He had to bob and weave out of traffic, and I mean he had to go around at least a good 20 cars to get to me. But at least he did say he said he was pulling me for speeding. I don't believe I was speeding either, but whatever. So ends up he don't even give me a ticket for speeding. I pull over in the oh dang, I got one more to do. I pull over in the far right express lane because it ain't no way for me to pull from where he pulled me. Y'all, he gave me a ticket for being in the express lane. But meanwhile, you said you pulled me for speeding. Make up your mind. Pick a side and stay there. But it's literally the cars that we be getting. That's all that is. It's the cars. And then I had Rich on the Quan playing, so they automatically just thought they had them a drug deal. You ain't had no drug deal going on there, y'all. But I thought it was real hilarious. Hilarious. And then they get mad the least little thing you say to them, they want you to think that you arguing with them. I'm not arguing with you. And like I told him, I said, at the end of the day, you can call it what you want to call it. I'm not arguing with you. I do have freedom of speech, and I have the right to voice my opinion. I said, before you go any further with this, I said, go ahead and Google USC Law Review. He said, what's that? And then he thought about it. He said, oh, only lawyers and judges write in that. I said, yes, only lawyers and judges are supposed to write in that. But guess what? I said, your girl wrote a whole PCR book. I said, and it's still being sold on Amazon to this day. I said, so you're not dealing with an idiot when it comes to the law. So let's just get that out the way. But long story short, he ended up with egg on his face. And then I went to McDonald's, and he followed me into McDonald's. And I got my food and went on about my business. And went on about my business, y'all. But I definitely was heated. I tell you that. I was trying to mind my business, and here you come messing with me. All right. So this is the last part right here. We gotta sew. Now we about to cut this thing around, and once we cut it around, we're gonna cut our edges off. And now we're about to take our other two strips over there that we left whole and bind them. You got pulled when you first got your truck. It's chromed out wheels, body. Yeah. Yep. That's a shame. It is a shame. Okay. So I'm going to back this over here, kind of out of the way. Let me not lose these pieces of tweezers. And you want to make sure that everything is nice and flat, okay? Because we're going to cut these off, and we're going to save these, okay? We're going to save them. And we're just going to use, nope, that one's not long enough. Because you want to try and, do this in one walk. But what you do not want to do is cut these, what's the word I'm looking for? The seam, the serged edge, finished seam, any of those words that may resonate with you. On this black placemat. Now you will catch a little corner of the end of that seam, but nothing more than that, okay? And then just, Jesus, Christmas. Okay? Alright. Save those little pieces because they're gonna come in handy, right? You're gonna be able to use them for something. Alright. Same thing here. Making sure sheesh. Okay, we don't want to cut that piece, but we'll catch that little corner right there. Okay. And you're going to be flipping and dipping and doing the nay-nay, all that, just to make sure you got a flat surface to cut this off on, right? Line it up again. Making sure that you're going to miss the edge. The whole goal to this part is to miss that edge. That's the whole goal. Okay, and we're just gonna put those up there. I'm gonna come back and catch that last little edge right there, but I want to make sure when I go to box everything off, I at least am giving myself a chance to get all of that off. Okay, so we caught that just a little bit, but now what we're going to do, line it up, come down, and that's how you're gonna get the rest of those little edges off there without touching anything. Now all I'm going to do is this little piece right here. Where's my scissors? Because I can't cut straight to save my life, I'm just going to use this and cut off that little part, right? And then you're going to go back to your, so it should look like this, right, y'all? So we got everything nice and flat. Now all we're going to do right here, we're going to bring our machine for your move. Mommy don't want to play right now. Ooh. One thing about an old school machine, baby, they gonna be heavy. They gonna be heavy. Oh, all right. So now all we want to do right here is on our edge. My thread. Yes, sir. No, I'm coming. I'm almost done. Okay. All right. He always want to go sell a car when I'm doing something. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. I'm gonna come get you when I'm done though. Where my scissors went? Oh. Don't you even say it, Blue. I'm gonna go get your friend, but when I'm done. All right. There we go. Oreo, no ma'am. Okay, you're gonna come down. They right here by my foot. They right here by my foot. I would take him with me to go get him, but cause then that mean we'll have to wash him, vacuum and sanitize the car again. By the time we got time for all that, so they gonna have to go back in the cage. Y'all, hopefully our thread don't pop no more. Anybody know if this machine uses like a certain type of thread? I don't know why. Why keep I had it in and took it out. I don't know why keep popping. Let me use my phone light right quick. And I'll be glad when this light for this thing comes. Jesus. Oreo and Bear. Now you know what? Y'all, we ain't been having these problems. I've been threading this needle quick. There's the tweezers I've been looking for. Oh my Lord. Okay. There we go. He said, you just gonna leave me at the office? Boy, no, I ain't gonna leave you at the office. I'm gonna get him. He know I ain't gonna leave him at no office. He know I ain't gonna leave him at no office. I don't know why he acting. I don't know why he doing that. All right, and then I'm gonna turn this. Raise my needle. You just gonna pivot, pull it back a little bit, let it go all the way around, and then any raw edges. The raw edges that we're gonna have is about to be covered. Which this part right here is probably a little overkill, but I'm just going to be sure, right? All right. Raise our needle. Okay. Oreo and Bear, y'all are killing me. I got one little spot right there that I missed, but I'll catch it. All right, now we're gonna sew our last part, and then we're going to do this binding really, really quick. And then I'm gonna go get Honey Bunny and cook us some lunch / dinner too. I am gonna get back on here with y'all a little later, but I think we might glean though. At least I hope that's the plan. Alright. So we're done with that. Alright. So you should have something that looks like this, and your back probably is going to be all whatchamacallit. So alright. Let's quickly kind of unlint roll it. I'll catch any excess threads later on. Okay. Now, everybody does binding different. So what I'm going to do I got two of these? I don't. Or maybe it hit the floor. Okay. So what I'm going to do with these, I'm just going to take them two right sides together. Okay. And okay, cut it off. And just to be safe, because I don't like how that did, we just gonna go across again. Boom. Alright, cut that off. He know I'm coming. He know I'm coming. I don't know why he acting. Alright, just gonna fingerprint press that seam open. And what you're gonna do, remember we're gonna bind this on the back. Oh, I do have one more extra little piece. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna we'll add that on here too. Alright. Boom. So now we got all of our oops, I sewed that one on backwards. God dang it. That's because I ain't moved to go get your friend yet. I know it. I was actually supposed to sew that one on the other end too, but I think two would be enough anywho. So we just gonna roll with it. Alright, so I'm at the back and I'm going to fold this in half. Where I'm going to, let me see how I can make my, y'all can't see. There we go. So I'm gonna fold this in half and make a little triangle, right? And when I make this triangle, see, that's the only thing about with long binding. And we're just gonna fold this right on down. We're gonna iron this if need be. No, we're gonna iron it. Hey, don't if need be, we're gonna iron it. But you wanna make sure it's nice and even, right? Nice and even. And you may have to iron, like, where's the little pressing pillow? Okay. Now let's move this because we don't need no smoke. Okay. Oh. Oh, it's your friend. It's your friend. I'll be forgetting that iron will cut off on you in a minute when you're not using it. Okay. Woo! Alright. So you got your little piece. And you're just gonna iron away. Keeping it nice and even. So what I do is I get a little chunk or a big chunk. Ouch, that was my finger. Don't burn yourself in the process. Boy, y'all are hanging in here with me and my shenanigans. And I appreciate that. Alright. And we're at that seam. But you're going to do the same thing. Nothing changes because you're at the seam. Right? And we're at the end part of this. So we're going to turn our sewing machine up real fast as it'll go. Because I got to go get my husband before he think I abandoned him. I ain't abandoned you, honey. I ain't abandoned you. I'm coming. All right. So, boom. We got our little shindig done. All right. Oops, I knocked a piece of fabric on the floor. So, where you got your little square piece at, you're not going to sew. And I'm going to start this in the middle. But you're not going to sew from that little square piece right there. You're going to come down a bit. And we're just going to go down. And I'm going to show you what we're going to do when we get to those corners. Let me put y'all back at the sewing machine. Alright. So here we go. Child, this girl over here sitting here sleep with her eyes open. I mean with her I can't even explain how she sleep. Alright, we're gonna stop it right here. I'm gonna cut my thread off. Okay, that's about 1/4 inch away from the actual end. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it. Okay, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna fold it up into a triangle, right? Okay, and then I'm gonna just bring it on down. Whoops, let me see. Wait a minute. I think I need a little bit more. A little bit more of a stitch before I make that triangle. Alright. But you do want about 1/4 inch. And then let's fold this up. Sometimes this will work for me and sometimes it won't. Alright. So now what we're going to do, you'll have like a little peacock edge there. That's going to make your corner, right? It's going to make your corner. But I'm going to leave that little piece up. And I'm going to come over to this side. I know y'all can't see. Give me a second. Whoops. Oh, y'all can see. All right. Now we're just going to come on down. And then we're going to flip this over on the front and sew everything down on the front. God dang it. Whoops, stop. Cut my thread. Hopefully I left myself a little bit of an edge. And I didn't. Let's see if I can. There we go. Fold this little piece up. Because you want to have your triangle, right? Got your little triangle. And you want to bring this piece down. Keeping your fold though. And then you're going to just bring this. You need to bring it over just a little bit. Okay. And now I'm going to hold that, bring this little piece down like So, okay, like so. And then we're just gonna sew the rest of the way on down. And you're doing this all the way around until you meet that at the beginning of that little pocket. We're gonna stop because we not on our piece right there. You want to stay on that edge. Jesus. Okay. You heard that too, Oreo? Me too, girl. We're gonna stop right there. We're gonna make our 45-degree triangle to the best of our ability. To the best of our ability, and then we are going to keep this thing lined up. I'm gonna pull that over just a little bit because I want to make sure it's covering my edge. Okay, keep that lined up. Oops, that part right there, I gotta sew it down, don't I? All right, cut our thread, and I gotta bring that little part right there over. All right, you want to make your triangle. You're gonna bring it down. Now, this little piece where you made that pocket at, let's see where we are. I was gonna cut it off, but yeah, I am gonna cut it off. So cut it off like so. Tuck it in here in your little pocket. Can y'all see that? Tuck that little corner that you cut off in the pocket. Finish sewing this on down. And I'm gonna hold, let me just put a clip right here. Okay. And then I'll sew that other piece back down. All right. Cut the thread. And then we're going to sew this little piece right here that I guess I failed to sew. All right. I don't want to sew my corner that I got up though. All right. I need to work on camera angles because, baby. And those little corners that you got sticking up, it's going to help you, or should help you, on the front. All right. There we go. So your back should look, hey, Miss Robin. Yeah, I am. So your back should look something like that, right? So now when you got those corners, you're going to flip everything out, right? Flip it over. Flip it over, and then you're just going to pin all of this around and sew it down. So I'm gonna pin this and show y'all what it's gonna look like, but I'm gonna go get the hubby. I'm gonna sew one side down though, so y'all can see, because he is like 30 minutes away at the office. I got to go get him. Okay, so we'll do one side so that we'll know what we're looking like, right? Okay, y'all can see. And then when you get right here at this corner, I'm gonna try to see this. When you get right here at that corner where you had that mitered edge, fold that over, okay? So to give you a nice and neat crisp corner right there. Nice and neat crisp corner, okay? But you're gonna do that all the way around. Now I got some excess right here and right here, so I'm gonna cut this off. Actually, I don't really have to cut it off, but I am gonna cut that off because that's a lot of excess right there, and I don't think I really want that much excess on the front. I don't know though. It got yeah, no, we don't want that much excess. Okay, so we're gonna start with this side that I have already done, just so y'all can see what that part looks like. And again, you want to make sure you get that nice and neat crisp corner. So hold it, hold it, hold it. Stop when you get close to a pin or a clip, whatever you might be using, right? Oops, and thread pop. It would pop. I don't think this machine likes this thread. So I'm going to have to look to see what kind of thread it likes. She said it likes any kind of thread, but I don't think it likes any kind of thread, as we can see. All right, so we get through this edge right here. Come on, pumpkin. Okay. Sheesh. Whoops, I had it in there. Took it out. Okay, there we go. Pull this on through, sew down, and carry on, right? All right. So now we're just going to keep going. And stop. Yeah, I do got a lot of excess, so I will be cutting that off. I'm going to stop it again. Now, but you want to, when you're doing this though, you want to make sure that your raw edges are covered. So don't trim anything off until after you have gotten making sure that all of your raw edges are covered, right? Stop right here. Pull that. Stop right there. Hold this, because that's that corner edge. Let it go off. Right? Stop. Okay. Thank you. So y'all see what we're doing? But we're not going to cut any of our edges off right here yet, because we got to make sure we get all of this covered. And what you even could do is, once you get all of that, do one more stitch across here, because you want all of your raw edges covered. So we'll put another stitch, and then we'll even it up. So this is going to go all the way around like so. So do y'all see what I'm trying to do here? Right? So this is our side. Wait, no, this is our side right here that we have already, this side that we've sewn down right here. Had to find the right side. So this is our side that we've sewn down. Everything else is going to come over like so. Remember that sharp corner. Ooh, I gotta sew this piece down. That sharp corner right there. So I gotta sew that piece down before I can make that. But y'all get where I'm going. Y'all get where I'm going with this. Okay. And you just keep going. Oh, that's because my sharp corner go that way. Ah, duh. I'm doing this from the back. Okay. So it's gonna go around like this. Fold that. Like so. Pin. You're gonna come on around. Right? Making sure you're covering those raw edges. Like so. Oh shoot. Okay. Come on down. You got this edge. Fold it over. So it gives you that nice crisp edge. And then you repeat the process all the way around. Okay. And then you end up with, after you iron it and all that, you end up with a nice little placemat. Okay. But I'm going to go get the honey, y'all. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. Unbiased, thank you for your help, Queen. Because, baby, we probably would have still been here to next year. But we got it. So until next time, peace. Be blessed. Stay crafty. I'm your girl T. And I'm out. Bye, y'all.